welcome here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora on site on location at the AAC Media Days for football. I'm here with Will Harbour, the linebacker of the Navy Midshipmen that's representing the team. So good to see you, Will.
Good to see you too.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
So you and I were talking off the air. You're from Dallas. So bring me into what does it mean to be from Dallas? There's Cowboy fans all over the world, but you're physically from the area. So what's it like to the Cowboys and know this city from the heart of it?
It's great. I love it here. I've lived here all my life in Frisco, just about 40 minutes north. You know, grew up watching Sean Lee, Tony Romo, all the Dallas Cowboy greats, and you've heard about Roger Staubach, all those amazing Cowboy players. So I'm just waiting to see him win a Super Bowl. That's what I'm waiting for.
Do you have a favorite Cowboy of all time?
I would say probably Sean Lee, growing up playing linebacker.
Okay, all right. Now
Jason Witten's up there too.
Well, the thing about Sean Lee, and I'm happy that you brought him up, is that when healthy, they were at points unstoppable.
Exactly.
But whenever he was playing for the team and he would go out, it was like the season was over.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like that's when somebody is an integral part of the team. When with Sean Lee, they were winning, and without him, they sometimes look totally different. So do you have a favorite player right now on the Cowboys?
Van Der Esch is awesome.
I was going to say that you had to pick Van Der Esch.
Van Der Esch or Parsons.
I believe I have Van Der Esch's signed rookie card.
Really? That's awesome.
Back in the studio. I should have brought it with me. I wish I knew. So I want to get to, before you get into Navy, I want to get into the tattoo that I'm seeing. So can you show it to the camera here? Get a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on here. There's a cross and there's a quote from Joshua. So bring us into the tattoo.
So I got to be strong and courageous for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Actually, my high school defensive coordinator helped me pick that out. Grew up Catholic. Mom works at a Catholic church. So religion's huge to me.
Yeah.
Everything's a blessing from God. So that's basically based on my tattoo with the cross. I got my mom and my sister's initials.
I was gonna say you got initials in the wood here.
Yep. So then obviously the rosary, and then October 8th, 1968. That's basically my namesake, who I'm named after, my uncle who died when he was about my age.
Oh wow.
Right after Christmas. So.
And why did you choose to have your uncle put on your arm?
My mom always just tells me stories about how much I remind her of him. Just anywhere from my personality to like looks and everything. So it just means a lot to me.
And he must be special because he's an October baby. I'm also an October baby.
Exactly.
So that's important.
Well, that's the crazy thing. Same birthday too.
Oh, you do October 8th? Yeah. Wow. So you got the same birthday as your uncle, look like your uncle, and you have that positive memory for your mom, which has got to be pretty unique for her, I would say.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
So in a way, he's living on through you, which is all too non-coincidental. Like you said, God and faith, and things happen for a reason.
Exactly.
So maybe you're a way for him and his spirit to carry on.
Definitely.
So you talk about God and faith. It's a huge part of everything that I do with Wake Up Call and with my life in general. So I love when other people bring it up because it reminds you that you're not alone.
Exactly.
What can you say about faith in your life and the role that it plays?
It's huge, believing in God. You got something to lean back on, you're gonna go through tough times. No one lives a perfect life.
Yeah.
There's one person to do that. So just knowing that you can lean back on God and that he'll always be there for you, whether you're going through hard times or things are going great. You can always, thank God for every situation. There's always a reason.
And when you look at serving the Naval Academy, I mean, to me, there has to be, I don't know how people live without faith, but when you're serving a country and you're working toward freedom for all, to me, freedom comes from God. So I think in order to understand your mission, you would have to have a faith, I would think.
Yeah, definitely.
So the Naval Academy for you to not just be a student, not just be an athlete, but to be a person of service, it extends farther out. There's more asked on you than we see with many student athletes. And being a student and an athlete is difficult enough, but to be a part of the Naval Academy, you're taking on something far greater than yourself. Why did you want to do that?
The opportunity after I'll get to serve my country for 5 to however long I want to be in. You know, I think I want to fly. Once I graduate, you know, we put in our preferences here in September.
Yeah.
So hopefully get to fly, and so if I fly, I'll be in for about 10 years at least. So just get to serve and you know, just do something different.
Yeah.
Be different. So
Did you always have a feeling of wanting to serve others growing up?
yeah, to help others. I didn't know I wanted to be in the military. Kind of the way my mom raised me. Very disciplined and all that. So then when I figured out about the academy, probably in my junior year of high school, I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like something I really want to do, and then learn more. Talk to a couple of coaches, and that's where I landed.
It's a unique situation to be at the Naval Academy, not just in what you're doing to serve the country, but it's also a unique team in
Yes.
and of itself. And you're on the defensive side, but we know that the offense has been unique throughout history. What has Coach Newberry done to put his own stamp on the team? How do you kind of see him in everything that you guys do in practice?
Well, I think one of the big things he brought whenever he first came here was elite eat. And that's doing everything basically in your power, effort, attitude, toughness. So the things you can control, right?
Yeah.
And so really that was just like a defensive thing. The first 4 years he was here, and now since he's taken the head job, we've really incorporated that into both offense and defense and everything we do.
How would you describe this defense? What are some words that you think would be fitting for this upcoming season?
I mean, we're gonna be physical, relentless. Those probably be my two main words. We're gonna keep coming every snap.
What's more difficult, naval training or football practice?
Football practice,
Okay,
and training in the summer.
training in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, so your favorite part of being a part of this squad, what would you say that that is?
The guys make everything. You know, like a lot of teams, you know, nowadays can't really say that with the transfer portal and everything, but at the academy, that's where it's different. You know, you can't just pick up and leave, or people can't just come in like they do at every other school. So you really build a really strong bond with the guys at school.
You know, and you discussed that it's different with military institutions, right? That if you're at Air Force or Army or Navy, you can't just up and leave in the transfer portal.
Exactly.
So what do you think that does to allow your team to actually grow a family and build a family, that it isn't free agency when it comes to, you know, Navy, Army, or Air Force?
Yeah. Trust. That's a huge thing. Believing the guy to your right and left is going to do the right thing, be in the right place when they need to be. So that's huge. You know, I didn't have a guy that came in a month ago or 2 weeks ago that's been, you know, trying to catch up and learn the whole playbook. Now this guy has been, Colin Ramos has been next to me for 2 years. Jake Busick has been playing in front of me for 3 years. Like,
Yeah.
you just know those guys know what they're going to do, and know they'll be there when they need to.
Before we jump into something fun where you get to put me on the hot seat and rapid fire, before we get into that, I want to discuss a game that obviously I know means a lot to you and to everybody that's been a part of the Naval Academy, is the Army Navy game.
Yeah.
Mid-December before Christmas. I always end up getting a Christmas tree around that time period. I don't know why it's always that weekend or around that weekend. So what is it to physically experience an Army Navy game? How would you describe being on the field?
I mean, it's incredible. You know, my sophomore year I was hurt. So like I got to embody that as like just like watching it and not playing in it, which absolutely stunk. But great experience. And then last year, you know, I mean, it's our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Last game of the season, only game on Saturday. In a giant NFL stadium, sold out. Crowd just is wild. Your adrenaline's pumping 4 hours before the game, 4 hours after the game, like all day long. It's just incredible.
Like you said, it's your Super Bowl.
Mhm.
When you talk about the Army Navy game, do you have friends? You know, when we talk about Army West Point, do you have people that you kind of like, hey, I love you to pieces, but not for the next couple hours? I mean, how do you experience that?
Nah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, fair enough. Well, we're gonna play rapid fire. You can ask me literally anything. You can put me on the hot seat. It could be music, movies, football, anything in the world.
Okay.
But you've been great about answering my questions. So whenever you're ready.
All right. Favorite football team?
Favorite football team for the NFL?
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
College team.
Oh, well, I'm from my hometown, Syracuse, so I do have a soft spot for the orange. But like I told you off the air, my grandfather, my great uncle who just passed away, my great uncle Carmen, both in the Navy. So I know that watching that Army Navy game, it's tough for me because I know people on both sides. My other grandfather was in the Army, but yeah, Navy's got a special part with me because I've gotten to talk with former coach Kenny Amazzololo a lot about the why at Navy. So I'm definitely paying attention to you guys. I'll tell you that. All right. What else you got?
Favorite music?
Favorite music?
Like genre?
Probably R&B or country.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
What's your last one?
Let's see. Favorite MLB team?
Favorite Major League Baseball team? The Arizona Diamondbacks.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted my own team and fastest one to get to the World Series and win
There
it.
you go.
So, and Randy Johnson, the world's most famous mullet, in my opinion.
Nice.
So, Will Harbour, myself, Dan Tortora, make sure that you watch and go out to these games for the Navy midshipmen. Great season coming up here in 2023 from the American Athletic Conference Media Days. This is Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora and our spotlight on Navy. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Thank you. Appreciate it.
it. Thanks.